Much like heists were the focus of GTA 5, it seems like robberies are going to be the focus of GTA 6. We kind of get this impression from the trailer, from what Rockstar have said, and also from the leaks from a couple of years ago, the huge Rockstar GTA 6 leaks from a massive hack that happened. And looking at this leaked footage also gives us potentially a good idea of what these robbery missions or robbery, side quests, random events, whatever you want to call them, how they could look in GTA 6. But first, a disclaimer. This is obviously based on development footage from a couple of years ago. The game's not even out until next year, so a lot could have changed in that time. They could have just been testing things out. We don't know for sure. But as I say, this could give us a decent impression of what they would be like, knowing that robberies are going to be such a big part of this game. Also, I obviously can't show you the footage because this video would get taken down immediately, so we'll have to make do. But the footage is available very easily online. You can go and see what I'm talking about. So it shows, the bit I'm talking about is the bit that shows our protagonists, Jason and Lucia, robbing a cafe restaurant called Hank's Waffles. And it shows Lucia, we mainly see it from Lucia's perspective, and she goes up to a cashier and she points a gun at them, and they start emptying the till. Now, there are two tills, two cash registers, whatever you want to call them, in this particular robbery, and you have to empty those individually. Also worth saying that the cashier pulls out kind of individual stacks of bills or notes rather than in the current form in GTA 5. If you want to rob a liquor store or whatever, they will just give you a massive bag of cash, and that's not what it looks like here. This is slightly a more realistic approach. So you point the gun at the cashier and they will start emptying the till. You also have the option to shout out or threaten them. This might be if they refuse, or it might be to make them go a bit faster, like in GTA 5 when you shoot kind of the surrounding, you fire a gun and it makes them go a bit quicker. There's also this pops up in the top of the screen, an option to check in with Jason, or other options, it says. So Jason, it seems like, is kind of keeping an eye out for the police, and he's also robbing customers in the shop. So this is something else you can do, which you can't do currently. You can rob the customers. What you have to do, it seems, is you go up to them and you point your gun at them, and then you have the option to rob, melee, or restrain them. Now, Lucia takes the restrain option on one of these hostages, and that ties this person's hands, which is a cool little thing that we've not been able to do before. It's very Red Dead Redemption, I might say, and there are a few things here which kind of I think are a bit of, it shows that how Red Dead has potentially influenced GTA 6, as you would kind of expect. And during this time, while this is all happening, there's a timer kind of countdown bar at the top of the screen that says time until cops are dispatched, and this is slowly running down, and when it eventually runs down, it changes to cops arriving, and then sure enough, within a few seconds they arrive. So this is essentially a countdown for you to get your money and go. And then when the cops arrive, it says, "You are wanted. Escape the cops to avoid becoming busted." I also wanted to say that there are text boxes around. Obviously, these will not be seen in the game, in the finished game. This is just because it's development footage. But there are text boxes around the AI hostages that say things like comply or aggro, which sort of shows how different hostages will react differently to what you're doing. And you see this in this footage as well. Some kind of get a bit sassy with you, I guess, sassy or sarcastic. Some are angry and some are scared and they plead with you. And this is something you also notice when the cops arrive, which I thought was quite interesting. I don't know if we've seen it in GTA games before, but I just thought it was a nice little detail. Is that when the police arrive, you can hear the hostages reacting to that, and some of them go, "Oh, finally!" They're pleased that they're there. We then see in this footage Lucia shoot the hostage, one of the hostages. I think it's the one that she tied up before. Shoots him in the head, and the physics look great. The way he falls looks really good. Also, the sound that the gunshot makes. I'm not really talking about the kind of sounds in this footage, but there's this gunshot and the way it sounds when his body falls on the ground, and also the way that later on a police officer shoots and the bullet obviously hits a car. I think it sounds really good. The sound quality, the sound design, I should say, is incredible. And so Lucia shoots a customer, and she then has the option to loot his body or pick it up. And I assume she would carry it over her shoulder to move it, move the body like you would see again in Red Dead Redemption. This also gives us a 2-star wanted level, and the cops are right outside the diner, I guess, and they are approaching. And we have the option as Lucia to surrender to the police. This is something you could do in GTA 5, and I think in GTA 4 as well, but essentially you would just not do anything and they would just arrest you. But there is a specific option now, a button that you press to surrender in this footage. In the top right corner this whole time, it says full description, which I guess means that the police have a full description of what you look like, so that they would be able to recognize you even if you kind of did a runner. And when you go outside of the diner and get into a car, then it changes to no vehicle description immediately to full vehicle description, which I suppose shows that the cops will be able to recognize your car, and you'll be able to, if you're being chased and they know what car you're in, or even if you're not being chased, you'll be able to change vehicle and you'll lose your wanted level and you won't be able to find them. Also raises the question, if you lose your wanted level but you're still in the same vehicle that they recognized, will they pick up on that and you will regain your wanted level if, say, a police car drives past you or something? Would be more realistic, but might be a bit annoying. I don't know. And as you get into this car, you enter a police car. Jason and Lucia get into a police car, and a notification comes up that says any vehicle you are seen entering will be known to the law. This is something that's already, established in previous GTA games. And as they get in this police car, a box comes up at the top that says, tap D-pad left to access the vehicle controls menu, or hold D-pad left to bring up the quick options. Now, I don't know exactly what this is referring to, but my first thoughts were, given that it's a police car, that you could access maybe the police computer, which is something I don't remember you being able to do it in GTA 5, but you could definitely do it in GTA 4 if you kind of got a police car. If you hijacked a police car, you could go in and you could access the computer in the police car, and you had access to like the criminal records database or whatever, and you could search yourself. You could search Nico Bellic. So if that's something that is coming back, then that is really a nice little detail, I think. But I also thought, in terms of quick options, could it be that this police car or police cars are full of weapons? Would make sense. Maybe they've got shotguns or assault rifles in the back, and you can access them when you hijack a police car, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, this ends with a very short police chase. There is a little kind of marker on the side of the screen that pops up. I don't know if that's supposed to be your destination or your, some sort of other mission marker. It's kind of quite hard to see. But yeah, a very short police chase ensues, and then we see Jason and Lucia just crash outside a car wash, and then the footage ends there. So yeah, Make of that what you will, I think, but I think it gives us a pretty good indication of what the robberies are going to be like in GTA 6, given that they're such a huge part of the game. This could be a main mission, or it could be a side mission, or it could be a random world event, as I said. And it could be the case that we travel around the map doing these sorts of missions. This could be an early mission, or it could be a late mission. I would guess it's more of an early mission. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Looking forward to trying this in the game, and let me know what you think we're going to see in terms of robberies in GTA 6.